Welcome to a new daily top Askreddit video. Today's topic. Serious therapists. What is something people are afraid to tell you because they think it's weird, but that you've actually heard a lot of times before? Attention. Serious tag notice. Jokes, puns, and off-topic comments are not permitted in any comment, parent or child. Parent comments that aren't from the target group will be removed, along with their child replies. Report comments that violate these rules. Posts that have few relevant answers within the first hour, and posts that are not appropriate for the serious tag will be removed. Consider doing a NOMA request instead. Thanks for your cooperation and enjoy the discussion. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit if you have any questions or concerns. I work in an older adults service for people with dementia and mental health problems. I see a lot of family members / carers feeling ashamed of the fact that they are finding it incredibly difficult to care for someone that has dementia or a chronic mental health problem. Carer burnout is a real issue, and people need to know that it's not easy to see someone you love struggling every day, or slowly fading away month by month. Carers and family members desperately need time for themselves and need to know that it's okay to feel the way that they do. No one is superhuman and we all have our own needs. It's why we have therapy groups for carers. It's okay to struggle to look after someone, and you should in no way feel ashamed of having those feelings. Edit. I am overwhelmed, in the best way, by all the people sharing their stories and relating to this. You are all amazing, and I'm sorry I can't reply to all of your comments. Stay blessed. 5 years into caring of my 100% disabled father and can't agree more. I always been dubious about therapy and all that, but I know I need it. I'm burnt, mentally exhausted, desperate to have some time for myself, finding time to socialize and maybe a good relationship. Looks so hard, and the only thing that makes me carry on is that I love him and he doesn't deserve to end his days in some elder's residence / something equivalent. He was there to raise me and support me for every stupid thing I wanted as a child, and NPW it's time to give back. But damn, sometimes when I have to start the day feels like I'd throw me in a lake and fuck off everything. Edit. I'm flattered by the warming replies, thanks for the awards, and some good person even gave me a Reddit premium. I'm really stoked by the wave of goodness my post has triggered. Must add some things, in no particular order. Oh, forgive my grammar etc. I'm Italian, so I'm a casual Redditor, read a lot but seldomly post. But this time as I read Aaron 24Carat's post, I just felt I also had to express my feelings somewhere. Sometimes you just need to speak or write to someone, even if it's a forum or whatever. My father had a stroke and stayed 199 days in hospital from 30th March till 14th October 2016, returning home with many cognitive problems and his brain neglecting his right side of the body, had his left part of the brain damaged. Luckily he's still able to speak as he's left-handed. Doctors said that sometimes functions such as language are located in the right side of the brain for left-handed people. He should have been dead, he should have been completely paralyzed, he shouldn't even talk, but somehow he's a damn oak tree and I love him for that. He can even stand up and walk very little distances, let's say from the couch to the dinner table, with my help, but mostly he moves on wheelchair and needs help for everything concerning primary needs. Had 4 epileptic crises in 5 years. Just to add some more spice to it, so I have one more sword swinging above my head every day. When the next one will be? Tonight? The X week? Next month? Who knows? The worst thing of it all is living in total uncertainty of the future. I'm well past my 40s, can't have a job, no future, no plans at all, and I know that anyway it's not ending well. No romantic relationship whatsoever. People always think it's about sex. No, it isn't. Of course I miss it, but I miss more having a woman who can understand me, with which I can share my thoughts, joys and fears. You know how it is. Simply at the current state of things it's not possible. The vast majority of women run away when they hear I live with my disabled father, no job and very little spare time to share. I can't even blame them, who would do that? But in all this disaster there's one good thing. Before we never had a good relationship, but now we are father and son more than ever, as he understands that if I didn't truly love him I wouldn't be there for him. Sounds strange, but we rediscovered each other thanks to the illness and I'm grateful for it. Sorry for the long edit, but I felt I had a little more to add. I'll better cut it out here, otherwise I'll write 100 pages. P.S. I'll try to reply to some posts in the night hours. Thank you all for the kindness showed, since it really gave me a little more fuel to carry on and be more positive about my life difficulties. Again, thank you all. I know that feeling. My mother had a breakdown 6 years ago, after divorce and some other stuff happening, and it got into a point where I had to put her in a mental hospital for a month to get it under control. I was 20 at the time, and thank God I was already in therapy for others' issues, because that helped a lot when I suddenly became the adult in the house, working to keep my mother and 2 younger brothers alive and well. Even in therapy and with all my friends' help, I developed a kind of PTSD, with serious anxiety problems, but everyone always sees the strong boy that held his family, so I see why it's difficult to some people to open up, but I know that, with time, everything starts to get in its place again, even ourselves. Unwanted intrusive thoughts are normal and do not mean you are a bad person. Yes, even intrusions of sexual/religious/moral themes. By definition, these are thoughts that are unwanted because they go against your own values and highlight what you don't want to do. A religious person having unwanted blasphemous images pop into their mind, or a new parent having unwanted sexual thoughts about their new baby. However normal these thoughts are, over 90% of the population, the moral nature of these thoughts mean that often people experience a lot of shame and take many years before they first tell someone about them. Edit. Because this is getting more visibility that I realized, the occurrence of these thoughts/images/urges are normal. The best way to manage them is to accept that they are a normal, albeit unpleasant, brain process, and a sign of the opposite of who you are and are therefore unlikely to ever do. Let the thought run its course in the background while you bring your attention back to, insert something you can see/feel/hear/taste/touch. I usually say something like, okay mind. Thanks for that mind. I'm going to get back to washing the dishes, and the sound/sensation of the water while you ponder all the nasties. Carry on. I literally say it to myself with a slightly amused tone because I am always genuinely amused at all the wild stuff my brain can produce. With my last baby, I would suddenly think to myself, what if I just drop her on the floor? Was horrified for a bit before I realized it was normal. So every time I would think about something like that, I would complete the thought. What if I drop the baby? Baby could die. I would go to jail. That would really suck. Let's not drop the baby. ETA, I didn't think this comment would be seen by many. It was a quickly written response. In order of importance, the first thing that would be horribly wrong with dropping my child is that she could die. That would be the worst. But then there is also the possibility of jail. Which was why it was second. So for everyone thinking that my biggest concern is jail, it's not. Someone I know had some of these thoughts and it freaked her out. She told someone at a postpartum group, and the woman leading her took her over to the hospital and had her admitted for psychiatric watch. She didn't say nor did she have any desire to do those actions. She just visualized it and it frightened her, and neither the postpartum group nor the hospital knew how to deal with it. They kept her for 3 days before transferring her to a facility where it took another 2 days to finally see someone who was qualified to talk about mental health, and they were somewhat appalled by the whole scenario. They just told her that she needed to get some uninterrupted sleep and maybe to see a therapist to help her talk through things. It was incredibly hard and frustrating. It took quite a few more years to actually get over the trauma of being admitted when trying to seek help, and I'm not sure she has really gotten over it. Edit. Because some people are saying it's laughably false, I should clarify she went to the postpartum group because she was looking for help. When the person leading it said she needed more serious help, she believed them, and when they admitted her she did so willingly, thinking that she was a danger to her child. That is why I commented originally. Because people around her thought that intrusive thoughts were bad and validated her own fears. Another great example for this from my experience is that I'm a late 20s male teacher and spent a couple years substituting at the high school level until settling down in a middle school. In the beginning, it was absolutely horrifying to me that there were some students who were undeniably sexually attractive. I thought I was a monster and hadn't realized it until now. But my therapist just asked, well, if you had the chance to have sex with any of them knowing it was casual and you'd never get caught, would you do it? Then before I could answer he said, don't even worry about answering that out loud. Just ask it to yourself. If the answer is yes, we should talk about this topic more. If the answer is no, then you are absolutely, 100% normal. Basically he explained to me that it was a textbook intrusive thought because I could become sexually aroused by their appearance but at the same time absolutely disgusted when even imagining actually engaging. He said it's important to be honest with myself and make sure my answer would be the same if it were a 0% chance I'd ever get caught and the other party was consensually enjoying it, i.e. not rape. Still to this day that helped me a lot because I have not even a sliver of doubt that I would never in a million years follow through with that arousal, but a junior or senior in yoga pants and a crop top can still potentially lead to natural arousal. Thank you for writing this. I have struggled a lot with similar thoughts that I felt too much shame to even think about, and it made me feel better when I realized that my answer to the equivalent question also would be number